Greetings and salutations, and welcome back once again to Gettysburg. I am your host as always. Now, let us see how the turn went, because it continues to be fairly interesting. For example, only part of Zook broke there. But I might be able to capture... If he doesn't fall back now, I have an opportunity here to isolate Colonel Cross and the 148th. Hello there, boys. Yikes! Who the hell is that? Yet more Federals arriving. That's not a good sight. I'm actually concerned now because I don't know who that is. And it could be very, very important. Because we know where they're heading. They're going to be coming up the Hanover Road to Benner's Hill and obviously assault my left flank. Which makes sense. Assault my left flank because it's in the air. And just overwhelm my left flank. Still, we can hopefully chew away at the Federals as they advance.
Our simple suits of grey composed our only coats of mail, and of those awful hours that marked the bloody battle day, in memory will still be seen.
Alrighty, what's he got? It's got at least 24 guns there. Hopefully, this artillery is really starting to... I do not have a lot of guns, but the guns I do have, they are chipping away, which I can be happy with, at the very least. It may not be a lot, 3 here, 3 there, but it'll add up. I mean, what do we got here? 1,400, 2,000... 2-5, I think. Yeah, 2-5. And he's bringing guns off Cemetery Hill. Interesting. Yeah, ow. They are just not breaking, are they? Samuel Carroll. Hall and Carroll. Hall, Carroll, Cross and Zook are all here. Still, the guns at Ziegler's Grove are just put an end to any notions of advancing again. There's just far too many guns to do that. I am... Still, after 3 hours of... Ow. Ow! Damn federal guns. They hurt like hell. Alright, reinforcements have arrived. 24 units undisrupted out of 28 checked. 3 units rallied out of 4 checked. 1 unit recovered fatigue, no one routed, and 6 out of 7 units resupplied. That's not bad. Alright, let's have a look-see. Let's start down here for now. You're gonna just continue routing in that direction.
Now my song is almost ended, and since it is so, back to the wars with all speed I must go, with my gun in my hand and my jacket also blue. Farewell, my dear friends, I must bid
Go
you
that way.
home.
Try it. Unfortunately, they've sort of gotten cut off. Out of range, so you'll blast them. It's not a lot, but hey-ho. Any opportunity must be taken.
When the war is over, I will return to thee, and we will get married.
Pour it into them. Ugh. At this rate, I am going to essentially just withdraw. Because I am not making any real headway. And with nothing actually breaking. With nothing federal breaking. Pour it into the 7th Michigan. Alrighty. Out of the way. Okay, seems is now actually gonna looks like there's nothing in front of me, but fairly clear reasons. What with that 12-gun artillery battery up there, I'm going to advance these boys. And for now, the question is, do I leave Seams in the line or pull him out? I think I'm going to pull him out. No, actually, I will not pull him out for 2 big reasons. Two big reasons I'm not going to pull him out. One of which is to protect the flank of Wofford's Georgians that just moved forward, and hopefully to overlap their line a bit more. Pour it into them. But it's to buy a little bit of time to allow the rest of Heath's division to just move up and get into position. Barksdale, you're going to shift that way. Davis, get you moved up. There's 2 big things that I want to do with Heath, essentially. Is one, is to allow McClaws out of the line and rest. Archer, you're going to actually... who's the other brigade of Brockenbauer, Pettigrew, Archer and Davis, right? Unfortunately, Brockenbauer and Archer are both very small brigades. Still, We'll make use of them. Quite nicely, I think. Limber you up. Get you out of the way. Benning. Still, I will... Let's see. You will blast them. And right will be pushed forward now for two big, very distinct reasons. First and foremost, to allow Kershaw to pull out of the line, but only after giving the Federal troops there a good blast. Brewster, Ward, pour it into them. Let's put in some fire down here into those US sharpshooters to try and weaken them a bit, because they're going to be a pest otherwise. Blast you at point blank range. Wilcox is going to have to halt where he is. Let's turn off the units real quick. We're in trees along here. It's fine with me. What about you? What can you see? A little bit. So you will unlimber there. Not going to be doing all that much damage, but any damage is good damage with this regard. Turn you, put you back into line. Move you there. The Floridians are in a fine spot. You are going to fall back behind the ridge for fairly obvious reasons. The 6 guns here are going to all fire there and do next to nothing. Oh boy. Thomas's brigade is in an atrocious state. I should, by all rights, pull those guns back behind the ridge, but I need to do something. I can't just sit here and not to do anything. So, in this case, we'll bring up the Richmond Johnson Virginia Artillery and tuck them behind this little chunk of the ridge that can't be seen by the Federal artillery and use it to just absolutely blasterize any Federals in my face that I can. We'll have another crack at these guns. Yay! I got a gun! One down. 20 bazillion to go. But one gun is one gun. I will take it. What are we now? 11,000 to 9,700? Nearly 11,000 to 9,700. Yeesh. I've got to just stop attacking. I can't afford this. At this point, I might just have to switch to the defensive. For several reasons, really. These 5 guns will open. 4 of them will open up on those 7. Well, actually, all 5 of them are just going to open up there. And not actually achieve anything, but the thought counts. And then Johnson's artillery, the rest of Johnson's artillery is going to head here to where the Stonewall Brigade is. With the goal of getting into position to once again blast the Federal positions. I cannot afford, because I cannot afford to just sit here any longer. The Maryland battalion. We will continue to fall back where we can behind the ridge. Alright, and with that, most of Johnson, I think all of Johnson actually. Where is Johnson? There you are. Okay, yeah, most of Johnson except for those few troops of the Louisiana Tigers. Alright, we will shift Hoke's Brigade that way. Nichols with the Louisiana Tigers will shift that way. Open fire. Very nice. As we continue to just try and whittle away at any and all Federal troops that are trying to cross this open ground. Now, you will blast them as well. You will blast the guns that are still limbered there. You will go that way. And you will go take that position. You will shoot them. There we go. Another gun knocked out. You will blast them. You two will blast... Who's the biggest regiment here? They're all the same, roughly. So, blast them. Very nice. $13 there. So we've had my own version, we've had a bit of pickets charged, and now we're getting a tiny bit of Mary's Heights over here. So, a very fun and interesting battle with my opponent, given that we're having two very distinctive battles going on. It's time to reveal my little surprise, I think. Can they even be seen? No, they cannot. Could they be seen here? Nope. Well, I think it's time then. Apologies. Ooh. You might be able to see them. Yeah, let's reveal the little surprise, shall we? Mr. Not Iverson. Daniel, you'll come up. As we basically shimmy roads to my left flank continuously. I am going to close up my line a little bit when it comes to Ramsur. Ramsur, sir, you'll go up there. Basically, let them see. He can take those guns if he wants them, but he would not be in a place to exploit anything. That's the key thing. Still, let's continue bringing you this way, up and around Oak Ridge, and then you will head all the way round the ridge. Stuart, you're at Hildesburg. From Hildesburg, we can do one of two things. Continue down the Harrisburg Road. Yeah, I think he's going to just continue down the Harrisburg Road, because if we actually... Yeah, there we go. Here it is, here. It's going just straight down onto their flank. Now, a bunch of cavalry on their flank isn't not really going to do a whole lot. But it might relieve a little bit of pressure. And who knows, maybe Stuart can engage in a cav battle with the Federal Cavalry Corps. Of which Confederate while they have a lot of Federal Cavalry and well-armed Federal Cavalry, I've got better cavalry. So who has arrived? WHF Lee. Alright, WHF Lee will also just come charging down that road. Stuart's artillery, which, say what you will, it may only be 8 guns, it's 8 fairly good guns, and their horse artillery, so... But, far more importantly, at long last, Evander M. Law has arrived. I've needed him for hours. And now that he's here, I'm actually going to probably shimmy the First Corps back. Shimmy it back into reserve as a way of trying to get it rested either for later in the day or tomorrow. The problem is I've got to sort of win this fight here and now. That's the question, isn't it? What do we do? As many of Pender's units are just battered beyond belief at this point. 46% left-ish. Still, we are in a decent position, he says, knowing full well, yeah, we're not in that decent a position, as we're actually in quite a dangerous position, as between with what? Let's have a look, see if we go into the 3D. Now that we're in 3D, what have we got? What can we see? We can see 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's at least 6,500 Federals here. Just looking at all these various regiments, because I mean, what? If not, yeah, there's at least 6,000 Federals here. And they'll be attacking into the jaws of Early and Earl Rhodes, who between them will have about 13,000. There's naturally more here that I can't see, but hopefully I'm hopeful that didn't mean to do that, but here-ho. I will shift you there. You will get shift there. And then Gordon, I'm actually going to shift onto the line to try and rally them. any other artillery to do? Yes, the Salem gun. I totally forgot about the Salem gun. Salem, Virginia battery can shoot at them. Interesting. Who is this? Sixth Corps, maybe? If it is, I'm gonna have to full-on switch to defensive if it is Sixth Corps. Still, for now, where's McClaw's wagon? Where's McClaw's wagon? Alright, it's there. Still, I'm actually fairly okay with the position we're in. Even though we've got this really untenable situation up here. So I'm probably... I don't want to do it, but I might have to abandon my assault on the right and fall back. Which is a shame because, well, there's a good 500-point objective there. But I'm just losing far too many men. Far too many men being lost. Still, for now, we're not going to be calling it a defeat just yet, because it's not.
I can only try to tell y'all about the things I've seen and heard.
Anything else?
Won't you listen to the picture forever etched upon my mind? The day the storm broke loose just north of Marietta all along the Kennesaw line. Day the storm broke loose just north of Marietta all along the Kennesaw line. Well, the sun rose high above us that morning. It was a clear and cloudless day.
Suppose.
Wood tapped on a tree that soon would be shot away. The heat blistered down through the leaves on the trees. The air seemed to catch on fire. The heavens seemed to be made of brass. And the sun rose higher and higher.
Just more federal troops arriving.
Everything got real still and quiet. My old messmate, Walter Hood, said them boys down there, they're up to something. I know it just ain't no good. Was then the storm broke and swept down on us, rumbling through the hills. Walter sighed and dropped his rifle. Heard him say something about the whippoorwill. He said, now, Sammy, can't you hear them singing? They're singing for you and me. Yes, and all the Maury Grays, Lord, carry me back to Tennessee. God bless the 1st and the 27th and the Grand Rock City Guard. Sammy, nobody ever told me that dying would be this hard.
Unlimber them, because they will, if this lot don't run, I'll be able to blast them from down there.
I got no command of the
And it's at a decent range,
I
so...
only try to tell y'all about the things I've seen and heard. Won't you listen to this picture forever etched upon my mind? The day the storm broke loose just north of Marietta.
Alright, they can't go in there because stacking. Still,
God bless the 1st and the 27th and the Grand Rock City Guard. But Sammy, nobody ever told me that dying would be this hard.
I'm gonna have to put seams in there for now to try and undisorder them so they don't run.
I'm just a simple man. I got no command of the written word. I can only try to tell y'all about the things I've seen and heard. Won't you listen to this picture forever etched upon my mind? The day the bell broke loose.
9, 8. 9, 8 to 10, 9, 72. Okay, I've lost 10,972, excluding the 2 leaders and the 10 guns. They've lost 9,812. So we're still fairly in tune when it comes to losses. So let's see if that can keep up for the remainder of the battle. So that is gonna be it for the episode. The Federals are putting on massive pressure onto my left flank, with me having to pretty much call an end to my assault after about 4 hours, as we've been fighting since about 6 o'clock, near enough. So it's time to essentially call that assault over, because I'm not going anywhere, really. The Federals are not breaking as much as I would like. Still, we are in a position to somewhat since he doesn't know about roads, I might actually I might be able to catch him out when he attacks up here.
And if the Federals trouble us, we'll surely do them harm. For we have declared that our land shall be free. They stay away. Quiet we will be. And home soon, home, home we will be. Home, dearest home, in this our country.
I'm actually going to turn you so you can essentially smack into their flank. Form line. And with that, Rhodes is in a very comfy spot to this is Second Corps' own artillery. Who I'm going to put is that it? I swear there was more. Second Corps' artillery element is actually pretty small compared to, say, Third Corps. Still, this should do wonders. With the Minnesotas also getting pretty badly shot up. I think that will be that. Everything's moved that I want moved.
Song is almost ended, and since it is so, back to
And more, and then
full speed I must go, with
everything's moved that I want to move,
and my
and the federal line just remains unbudging.
I must bid you adieu, then away from my home.
So we'll continue to just try and probe it where we can. But for now, we are just going to have to make do with the position we're in until I can just overrun the Federals in this little sliver. Hopefully it will dislodge his line, but we shall see. Melee. Did I have any melees I wanted to do? Nope. Nope. I mean, I could, but nope. Again, could, but nope. So, yeah, nothing for the melee. Hopefully, that massed casualties that I caused with the artillery should hopefully really put a noose on his plans, or at least slow them down, which will allow Rhodes to get into position. But for now, I thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, as always. Please let me know in the comments if you do. And I will be putting up a poll soon about what you would like to see next for a series. So keep an eye out for that and get ready to vote. Anyway, I will thank you all for watching once again, and I will see you all very soon. So until then, bye bye for now.